Hey there. How do I say that? Artruse. Artruse. How's it going, man? Glad you're joining us. Oh, let's see. I got an interesting lineup today. A little bit light, actually. I was kind of surprised. There's a lot of confusion in the market, so I was expecting more submissions, but we'll get through what we've got here. It's kind of an interesting mix. Let's see. Hey, Mark Lane. Is the vocal volume, all that's good? Check, check, check. Yeah, it looks like it's good. Oh, I was going to be on camera today, but I forgot to do the video. I don't know if some people really like it. Oh, so let's get that off of there. I don't know if I can figure that out. I should have done that before I started. Hey, JB. Let's see if what have I got here? Oh, shit. Wrong window. Oh, what did I just do? Hang on. No, I don't want that. I want... That's got to go away. I was going to get on camera, but now I can't. So now I fucked it up. Okay, so... fuck me here. Let's see. So if I take that off... Oh, shit. Hang on. God damn it. All right, let's see. So this, I think, has to go over here. So if I go here now... There we go. Okay, we got it now. All right. These practice live streams are so helpful. We'll get going in a second here. Boy, it is really a long lag. It's like a 30-second lag to get back to me. All right, we'll go a couple minutes after. What we got? We'll give it another 2 minutes. All right, guys, let's see now. What do we got here? 31. I'll give it another minute or two. Got about 20 of you on so far. That's working. Okay, I think we're good to go in a minute. All right, what have I got? First up, I've got Cardano. Get that all teed up. Looks like it is coming through. Yeah. Okay, there's that. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Right, most people are able to watch after the fact. So we'll buzz right through here. You guys know the drill, right? So we've got a lot of new members, though. A lot of people dropping in. There's One of my guys here has been posting on Twitter, inviting people to come over to Discord. It's always free to come over here. So if you ever have an asset, it's a nice way for us to, kind of introduce ourselves and get a look at what you're doing. So if you ever have an asset that you want to post up in here or get some feedback on, of course, you can just join the Discord for free, right? And you just pop over to submit charts. But I mean, you could literally be watching here and go, oh, God, I was looking at, whatever, XYZ, and I'm a little unsure on that. In the time you're watching this, you could be registered in the Discord and posting a chart. So just so you know, the point of this, sure, right? It's ideal if we come across something and the timing is just right for time to enter now or today or within very very near term based on the price action. It's more the demonstration here is it's the application of what we teach, and then I suppose I add in a little color commentary just based off of so many years of doing this. But it should be a learning experience, and then again, exposure to our methodology, because it is very specific, and we do it the same way every time, right? So anyone long-term subs and members, the one thing we've added in the recent years is just through the popularity of it, is we've added the market structure, SMC, ICT, right? It's so popular that you can't ignore it. So, and it dovetails in so beautifully with Elliott Wave, as you've heard me say many times before. Elliott Wave is the OG of market structure, right? Every time you're labeling a wave count, you're doing market structure, right? So, but just adding in, which, to his credit, right? The ICT gave us a language here that we can all share, right? So in terms of identifying what the algorithms are doing, right? So here in 2024, you're not trading against people, you're trading against machines. Accept it, don't fight it. It's a reality. Yes, there are people in the market, but people don't move the markets, right? Algos do. So you can't resist that. You have to embrace it, adapt to it, and try and figure out what the algos are doing. And that's to his credit, that's where ICT has made a contribution. Right, what are the algos doing? Right, and then we factor in everything that we do, which is fibs, geometry. This algorithm here that we track right closely, given to us from David Halsey. And we put that all together and we have a methodology, right? And it's a very specific, as I will often say, the thing that I think gives the Elliottician so much advantage over other technical approaches is that we have a very clear if this, then that, and if not that, then this. So as we sit here looking at Cardano here, and we look at this and go, okay, well, this is actually a good example because so much of crypto, particularly the alts, but essentially all of them, have this same issue, right? We had this liquidation event, and then there's a whole lot of truncation going on. If indeed these lows are going to hold, it's a whole lot of truncation. Across the board in alts, and for the Elliottician, this is absolute last resort. To truncate anything is the rare exception. Usually, right, market will come back and clean it up. Not always. Right, and what gives this a little bit more validity is that it's all wick, right? We don't have a close down here. This is just a liquidation wick. Welcome to crypto, right? Liquidation. Here's the real. So, of course, if you looked at it in a line chart, right, you don't get the same. You don't get the same result here, and so I think there's a little bit of back and forth going. Oh shit, are we counting it? What are we doing with that? It's tricky because it makes you hesitate because you're expecting a new low down here and you don't get it. Although. Look. Even this right here, you've got a perfect zigzag to finish it. But we don't want a zigzag to finish it, right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, what have I got, a 4? Let's go to a 2. There's a perfect zigzag here. Perfect. A, B, C. Right? With all the sub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Clearly the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zigzag. So you have to ask yourself, go, oh, okay, well, this is the conundrum, right, for the Elliottician. Is it different this time? Oh, it's going to be different this time, because I want it to go higher. So we're going to finish. We're going to finish with a zigzag. Well, not with this count. Not with that. You don't that's not a finish. So you'd have to reconfigure it, right? If there's no, I don't think any of us are going to be. And this is, I'm taking a little time here because all the alts same problem, right? So zigzag. In Elliott Wave, you don't finish in a zigzag unless you're finishing a WXY or a combo or something where we give you a reason here. This is not a legit finish. So you look over here and you go, well, if that's not legit, what if not this, then what? That's what we're all kind of struggling with, right? Because it's not particularly clear. Here, oh, it looks like, okay, probably a 5 here. Oh, you could squish it in there. A little leading diag. All right, so I mean, this is kind of a conundrum, right? It's a tricky time. Now keep in mind, when the market is confusing like this, and it's like, wait a minute, we can't finish with a zigzag, and it has you on pause. You know, no trade is a trading decision. Don't feel like, you know, often, you know, someone in my role here, I come on these things and people are like, oh, what are we trading? What are we trading? Oh, well, often and I said this in Friday's video. When the market's not clear, don't force a trade just because you're, well, fuck, I got to do something. No, that's not the way to think of it. You got to wait for something that you recognize, that you say, oh shit, I've seen that many times before, or this makes sense to me, or I've seen this explained to me from someone who knows, who has seen it many times before. And I'm telling you right now, that is a very low probability finish. That doesn't mean that we can't finish here. I'm just saying I wouldn't buy that off of this. Well, let me rephrase that. So given this, right, I wouldn't buy this off the assumption that it's 1-2, because now I've got to come back here and go, okay, wait a minute, how am I going to finish this? Because I cannot finish it as currently labeled. Well, the market is under no obligation to do, you know, to follow any particular pattern. It's just, what does it usually do? What else do we have to go on, right? Other than what it usually does. Oops, sorry. Wiki, yeah. Invalidated? No. So, you know, there's a good example. Oh, so you wouldn't take that trade? Well, if I'm trading something short term, well, shit, 2 hours, you know, that's a swing trade. Is there a trade there? Yes. But is it consistent with the count here, as in 3, 4, we're going to finish with a zigzag at the 5, the low is in, and we're going to go up? Not that it's not possible. It's just you'd have to change the labeling here. So, you know, then it's a question of, okay, well, you know, to some degree, you have to ask yourself, well, does it matter? Does it matter? You know, I can't answer that for you. I can just tell you that this would be a very irregular finish. So what are some other possibilities here? Well, this could be A, B, and we're going up for a C. So we could have some, you know, you have to kind of think it through. Okay, since I know that this is abnormal, what could it be? A, B, all right, if we're going to get a zigzag here, pardon me, if we're going to get an impulse, 3, 3, 5, right? You got to have a flat. So that doesn't mean that you couldn't trade here into this third for the idea that we're going to go an A, B, C, right? Rather than 3, 4, low is in and we're going 1, 2 and we're off to new highs. You still have the potential to trade here. You got a golden corner here. Well, it's a little sloppy there, right? And if it's going to do this, we're going to get the median line pretty damn fast. Right, so it's a little tight. That's not an ideal. That's not a perfect, you know, spacing for a golden corner, but still 80% is 80%. You're going to scoff at that if you got it, right? And if we go through, then you'd be looking for the other parallel, right? And then back to, okay, what are the algos doing? They're looking for liquidity. They're either going to get it internally or externally, and often they rotate. So we're heading down here. They're going for liquidity at the low? Nope. Oh, were they going liquidity at the high? High, right? This would be internal. So where's it going to find liquidity, right? Because it's like a liquidity seeking missile. That's what it's after, liquidity. What's the purpose of the market? To facilitate trade. Where is it going to find trade? Where there's liquidity. Where is it going to find liquidity? At every pivot on the board. So take this trade? Well, you're kind of late to it now. You'd have to have been ready for that right here. But I'm telling you right now, this is a low probability finish, right? Unless we're going to come back here and relabel the whole thing. Now I'm going off of his labeling. Oh, what do we got here? This is Dr. Alban. The 5 is good. Well, what else is that going to be, right? You're kind of stuck with that. A, B, okay. This, again, we're going to see this in all the alts, right? We had this waterfall here. Can you finish it? Well, you can actually. But you, so let's label it, right? So here, I mean, it's easy to talk, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Right, it's all fine and dandy, right? Until we get this 3 here, right? And I mean, you know, can you squeeze it in there? Well, shit. That's 5. That's 3. That's 5. I mean, it would be such a force fit. Fuck. I suppose you could do it, right? If well, let's put it this way. If we're going to go up here and go 3, 4, 5, right, and then retrace, and you know this ends up being the low, well, we're not going to leave it like this, right? We wouldn't label it that way. Fuck, how are we going to do it? Oh, this has to be the 4 and the 5, so you'd have to be 3, so you'd have to get your 1, 2. I suppose shit, you could probably wedge it in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I guess we can do that. Yeah, you know, I suppose that's how we'd leave it, right? 2 to the 4. It's not great, right? But so there you go. There's an alternative, right? So we're going to have the abnormal truncation here, although that's all wick. We're going to ignore the obvious zigzag because we want this to be the low. Again, it's not saying that it couldn't be. Just when you're forcing like that, I'm saying just be aware of it. How about we say it that way? If I'm forcing this, right? Don't just go leave this and forget about it. No, where'd that fucking thing go? Right? Don't mark it and say, okay, if I have a problem up here and this starts to roll over, I'm going to remember why, because I forced an impulse in here that really is it there? You know, questionable. Just something to keep in mind. So is there a trade here? Well, if this is going to hold as low and we're 1, 2 and we're going up for a 3, well, we're going to have an impulse there. Likely. Well, we can have a diag, but likely you're going to get an impulse, right? Well, that's what you'd want. If you're in this trade, you want the 3 up here at the 1618. Okay, well, we got to get there through an impulse. Are we there, right? Or 1, 2, right? Some sort of 2 is likely to happen, right? Again, market's not under any obligation to do anything ever. But likely, if we're going to go up here, we're going to do it in 5. And not in a straight line. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens. It happens. We're on a 4-hour. We go down to a 30-minute. You probably get a 5 in there. So is the time to buy it now? Well, I wouldn't. I'm a retracement trader. It's already up, right? I'm waiting for the retracement. So here, let's go to a 30-minute. I say that with it's a combination of, you can say it with pride as well as experience, right? I'm a retracement trader because that's the way I make money. So it would be disingenuous for me to suggest you do anything other than what 30 years of doing this has taught me, right? I don't ever do anything like that, which is buy a breakout. How'd that work out for them? Breakout. I mean, I could go all over the board and just show you what. Breakout. Why you don't want to be a breakout trader. Period. Maybe equities. It's the only place where I've seen it work consistently. But anything where you have, well, crypto, FX, futures, you don't want to be a breakout trader. Period. Take my word for it or learn the hard way, just like I did. I didn't take anybody's word for it when I got into the markets. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll figure it out. Well, I figured it out. Right. So my whole purpose was to try and shorten the learning curve of other traders, since I went through it in real time. Now, I had some good mentors, no doubt about it. That's a little ugly down here, right? Would make me think all the more why that's likely to come back, right? This is ugly down here. I want to see this. So maybe we ping the median line, we get our 80%, right? And we come back for the 3. Now, okay, now that's a little more interesting. Retrace, right? Maybe I got a fair value. Well, shit, do I? I got a candidate. Why don't I have that on there? I do have a candidate, right? So that we can. Oh, I like this one. Oh, look! Lo and behold, what do I have right here? Right, nice fair value gap, right? So again, ICT, right? So where are we pinging? Imbalance, right? So we're back to what's the algorithm doing? What's the algorithm doing? It's either seeking liquidity at a pivot or it's rebalancing an imbalance, right? Imbalance, 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 right? Every pivot you see here damn near is the algo rebalancing an inefficiency. Boom, right? We're going to come back. Well, if we do it in a 3, interested. All right, now you can be, you can be mechanical about this. Okay, I'm going to enter here, right? Anywhere between the 50 and the golden zone. Often I'll layer it because you don't know, right? If it's going to pivot at the 50, the golden zone, right? So maybe half here, stop 707, 786, or even on this low, depending on the size, leverage, all those variables. But this is not complicated, right? But what it means is, okay, well, I got to wait. Even that, right? It looks like it's got one more leg to go, right? So it wants to get up here and tag that median line, tag this algo target here, right? Which would be relative to this, but tag this median line, sweep the high. Okay, come back down. So this is hurry up and wait. But it's on your radar, Low risk. That's all you can hope for, right? Oh, let's try and get a third out of that. Something like that. There's 4 to 1. You want to be a little tighter and say, okay, I don't know if it's going to come, if it's going to break this golden zone, I don't want to still be in. Well, there's 15 to 1. What did we do there? Just all I did was add a 707. 707 here. I see you put it under the 786, right? You still got 11 to 1. This little consolidation that could be market, you could see market coming back here, maybe some unfilled orders before it launched. But that's where I would start. And see, there's a comfort level that comes with like, okay, well, so if I get stopped out here, is that going to ruin my day, ruin my week, ruin my year? Probably not, right? So I don't get emotionally connected and overly concerned about the trade. It's just another fucking trade, right? Oh, boom, boom, right? You go winner, loser. Okay, next. You can't get so wrapped up in like, oh God, this is the one. I need this one. I promise you, if you ever need a trade to go, that is the one that will not go, right? Just natural market law. When you need it to go, right, there's usually a reason for that you would put yourself in that position. So if you need it, you're not going to get it. So when you're just relaxed, you're just trading what you see mechanically based on everything you understand. Okay, this is a good location here. I've got my risk reward is extremely favorable. Doesn't matter. Right? So then you go, oh, fuck, if I get stopped out, okay, right, fuck, trades like buses, right? Always another one coming. Okay, we got another one here. Can I go again? Do I want to go again? I mean, these are, see, if you don't put yourself in a position where you can get hurt like this, where it's going to really hurt you, where you're just being moronic, because, oh, I didn't want to get stopped out, man. I just didn't want, I don't like getting stopped out. Well, fuck, nobody likes getting stopped out. I still, 30 years doing this, it pisses me off a little bit, but you can't, but it's not like, oh, fuck, my day is ruined. Because we analyze and we think, okay, I think I got that right. So when you're wrong, it's like, oh, shit, all right. But you better get used to it. When I mean that very sincerely, you're going to be wrong more than you're right. Period. Period, period, period. So you better get used to it. Doesn't mean you have to like it, but you better get used to it because you will be wrong more than you're right. I don't care who you are. Okay. Shit, I got sidetracked there. Okay, so where am I? I'm on Cardano, right? Okay, well, let's hurry up and wait, right? Set up there for you, but you're going to have to wait. Okay, so now I've got Chris26, greetings from Belgium. Oh, I love it. I love when we have international audience. I pulled this up for him. Here it is. I hadn't looked at it before. Hang on. Spring allergies are... Oh, shit, how have I never looked at this before? I've never looked at this chart before. So, wow, pretty good in 22. Whew, Okay, well, so for when you bring up a chart like this, right, which looks like most alts, if you're on a daily, okay, well, can we even look at it? Do we need to be in log scale? Well, 4 times the range. Yeah, we need to look at it in log scale. So let's pop that up. Okay. Now, what's the next question you're going to ask yourself? Well, okay, well, so, this looks like you got, demand here. Order block, demand, call it what you will. What does it look like, right? Just from swing low to swing high. Isn't that always the question? Oh, it's coming down, it's coming down, it's coming down. Why does it stop there? I've never looked at this chart before. I don't even know what they do. I don't know anything about them. Do I need to? Do I need to know? I mean, it's to the point where I don't even know what to say anymore. I've shown it so many times, it's kind of silly. It's ridiculous, right? That's why it stopped there. And you can say, oh, it's the demand zone. No. Software kicked in. So how are we going to label that, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks pretty good, but that looks like 5 coming down, doesn't it? So we don't really want that to be. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Which would not what we want. So let's label this up here. Since who gave me this? This is Chris26, right? He's been around. Shit, where we go here? Usually he must be on the road or something. He usually will post. What? Oh shit. My daughter. Hardest girl to get a hold of on the planet. It never fails. She calls me during a live stream. Okay, 1. Okay, A, B, C. What are we doing with that? Hard not to call that an A. Jeez. Well, how are we not calling this a 5? We have to call that a 5, right? So, but it still looks corrective. So A, B, Jesus. There's a 5 all day right there. So all right. So we're gonna have to work through this. That's 5, right? It looks like you'd have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like there's a slight truncation there, but that looks like we finish right there. So that's going to be my X. Well, on the assumption that the low is in, given how far we've gone, it looks like that's what we're stuck with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. We're kind of stuck with that. Looks like we've got to do this. That's clearly a 5 there. I'm kind of stuck with it. A, B, C to the X. So, yeah, does it matter? I don't know. Sorry. W, X, Y, right in the golden zone. This wouldn't be what I'd have been thinking, right? But one, two, three. Well, what's the alternate, right? I suppose we could do it this way, right? We could do it. We could take the WXY out. We could go 1, 2. We'd have to do it down this way. So we're gonna have we could do it this way. Ah, wait. Actually, maybe I can't do that, right? Because we overlap here. So my bad. Excuse me. So this has to be A, B, 1, 2. I don't really think we're gonna stuck. I guess we're stuck with it. W, X, Y. So there's a little bit. This is a little combo of teaching as well as what do we have here, right? I'd probably spend more time with that. Might come up with something better, but one way or another, I got to get done here. It looks like that may be too far, right? It looks like this is going to be a 50. It is, right? So I was looking here. This looks too far. It is, right? So this is, if we pull from here, from the top, doesn't quite get there. Better here. So one algo cock blocks the other. So that looks like we've got here. Okay, all right, so we come off the low. All right, so we have a technical low. All right, so there's a lot of back and forth to get this stuff. Even that is not a great finish, right? There's probably a better labeling trajectory here, but I don't know that it makes good sense to take the time to do that. 1, 2. All right. Well, I might as well just go with what's implied here first. I don't know why you'd want it. This gets a little bumpy in the middle here. Looks like it's there. A, B, C. It could be a WX. Oh, let's see. Could be a little triangle in there. Okay, well, so we got the sort of long-winded. Okay, all right, nice channeling here, right? Channeling so critical, right? If you want to put money at risk, if I'm trading off an impulse, I want to see that channeling tight. Okay, well, what? All right, this is not okay. Back to where we started, right? It's very mechanical. What am I doing now? I've got an impulse. Oh, and lo and behold, at both the golden zone and the 50, I've got imbalances, right? Now I've got some others, right? It looks like be 38 up here as well if I put that on. So you got a series of imbalances here, right? So you get the 38, the 23, right? Which one? Well, remember, we always want the fair value gaps allow us to draw our attention to the order block that would have created it, right? That's the order block we want, one that creates a fair value gap, right? Because we retail traders, we don't create fair value gaps, right? Only muscle does that. Well, this is what you want, right? I mean, this is just playing by the Elliott playbook, right? Whatever we get here, right? Here's where you'd start. Here's where you'd be your final add before you go. Because the premise is this is a 1, right? We finished. I can count an impulse here. Where I don't know where that low comes in. I don't really care. What I care about is do I want to short this? No, not really, right? I mean, does that look like something? I mean, you could. Well, it looks like you've got your A wave going in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diag. Looks like you got an A. That's doable, right? Here, let's get this down here. All right, so anybody jonesing for a trade, okay, so you've swept some of the liquidity there. Still on a daily. So this liquidity swept, right? Remember, that's what the algo's doing. Right, breakout traders getting bent over as they always are. Let's see, we got some trend line here, right? Some trend line liquidity. Right, you see, it's not that I'm some genius and it's just that we have a method that's tied to proven technical analysis that we implement over and over and over again. We do it the same way every time, right? That's the value add. That's the power of it. If I start changing this around, I go like, oh, well, fine, the Elliott wave's a pain in the ass. Let's just do market structure. Well, now there are times where the Elliott is unclear, and then you can lean on the market structure. But right now, there's no reason to. Some sort of 5 is in here, right? Is it pretty? No, it's not pretty. Looks like some sort of a 5 is in there. Oh, one of my wizards might correct me there, but that's it's implied that we've got a 5 coming down. There's a 3. Now, do I know that's done? Because I don't, right? But I can put it in context. I see with Elliott Wave, it's all context, right? That's what matters, right? So if we come back here now, do I go up and get a 5 here? Well, if I do, well, let's take note. I'm about to overlap that 1. So the idea that I could have an impulse here, whew, that's mighty tight. Do I break it? Oh, shit, let's go to a 4. Did I break it? That looks like a true double. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like, well, there's decision point right there and at an imbalance. And it looks like it's a 50. Not quite. Well, if this is 1, 2, and that's 3, we'd be pulling from this. All right, now we got it. Let's label it. 1, 2, 3. For right now, right, as long as that holds, 4, 5. So the B comes off the board. Say, oh, so it's going to have to be up here. Something else is going on. But you wouldn't assume that yet because right now you don't know whether that's A, B, C. That's more probable since I've got 5 that's coming down here, and we're still in the middle of this correction with targets way down here. So we're going to assume, oh, no, that's all it's going to do, and we're going off here to new highs. Not saying that's not possible, just less likely. So you're kind of in a algo squeeze box here. I mean, you could literally just put an alert on that. If it breaks it, okay, well then more probably this comes off the board. This locks in. You know, again, it could be a diag, but right now that would look like, okay, some sort of really, Jesus, that is ugly. Fish. Leading, it's a chop monster. I don't know what their volume looks like. It's a fuck. It could be a WXY. But well, but if you were thinking that, oh god, maybe it's a B C W X A triangle B C, maybe something like that. But look where we are. It would be such a shallow retrace off of this completed impulse. Again, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just less likely. So do you want to buy it up here? Well, let's, this is log, well, shit, it's log scale. Let's take it out of log scale. That's 50%. And now this out of log scale, right? It looks very different, right? But when it's 4 times the range, you got to stay in log scale. Well, let me rephrase that. You want to, at the very least, look at it in log scale, right? See how that flies. That's a hurry up and wait for me. I love it down here. Love it, right? I want to see it come down here. All of this. Oh, shit. Come here. All of this. Untapped, right? Just sitting there. Come back down. This would be, oh, you could really refine it, right? Really get an area of interest. So I think that's a hurry up and wait there. Chris 26. Good one. Never seen it, right? Amazing. Amazingly technical. All right. Dr. Alban, looks like people are on vacation. Matches the lack of today's volatility. It has been a weird week. The futures, which we trade on the other side of the business every day. I've never seen so many squeezes. Just all day, just hours of squeezes, right? So, but low vol for some reason, right? Okay, but we'll get, so here we go. Okay, so this is an interesting one. This is one of my senseis. This is GZ 1968. This is total 3. He sent me this chart earlier. Total 3. So we're minus the stable coins. All right, so we've got, here, let me get a copy of this. This is always kind of interesting. We're on crypto cap. Here, let's get this logged up. So I guess what we're looking at here is a path for alts. So this is total 3. So we're minus Bitcoin and ETH, and now we're minus the stable coin. So you're really, because they don't, as he pointed out to me earlier today, they don't, they're pegged, right? So they don't really add any value to the chart. So why they're in the market cap, I'm not sure that we need them in there. What do we got here? So candidate for 3 to be in. Some of you guys always the big numbers. Okay, 1, 2. This is interesting. Okay, 1, 2. Can't have a triangle in 2, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wow. Okay, let's go down to a 4-hour. Okay, Grayscale has first positive Bitcoin inflows after 77 days of selling, breaking a bearish barrier triangle to the upside. Go Bitcoin. Okay, total 3. Well, see, that's a good point here, George. All right, so here's the problem we have, right, with all the alts, right? What are we doing here? Oh shit. Are we truncating? Is it A, B, C, as he's suggesting, C, D, E? We're going to do it as a triangle? Oh, that's pretty sexy. Actually, I kind of like what you're thinking here. So this is, it's great, right? So ETH and Bitcoin all have the same problem. What are we doing with this wick? If this is the top, A, B, C into an A, B, C into a B, right? So he's giving me an alternate. I think this is an alternate. So A, B, C into an A, B, C into a B, A, B, C, D, E. It's actually not a bad thought. Now, this to a purist, right, that's problematic, but it's all wick, right? And that's the issue we have across all of the alts. What are we doing with that? Because it leads to a 3, right? So the idea of a triangle is a good thought, but you got a problem wick there. Interesting. I don't know that that necessarily leads to action, but I like the idea that we might have a solution here with this triangle. That's a tricky one, right? But how do we turn it into something actionable? We're putting that here. That's very unusual as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure I love that. But you're kind of stuck with it. A, B, C into the... You need it, so it, oops, it would have to be there. A, B, C, A, B. Unusual, right? So again, I don't know that that's a trading decision, but it's interesting to keep an eye on. All right, thanks for that contribution. Okay, so I got, well, let's see, I got Wonka. He's got, okay, so he's looking for Arb, Matic, and Sushi, all of them on the same layout. Yeah, no. Oh, let's, I think I've got Matic somewhere. Uh-oh, something just happened. Hang on, guys. TradingView just gave me a little... there we go. Okay, we're back. Okay, I don't know what the heck just happened there. I thought I had Matic. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay, sorry. Let's draw it up from scratch like we did with this one. Okay, so let's just cut it in half. I'm sure I've got something on it. Okay, so we're gonna go Matic Matic USDT. Oh, where should we go? Should we go to I think the way they list it is always just highest volume. Let's go to Qcoin. Only because we in the US, right, we can't trade Binance. Let's get a daily up here. All right, so they're all doing the same thing. There's got to be more history than that. Maybe I made a wrong choice. Matic USD. What else do I have? Let's try Coinbase. Not much more. I thought there was more history. There probably is, but... All right, well, so this is a good exercise, right? So anyone watching here, I suppose it's a little combo of, you know, trade setup and maybe learn a little something. Well, here's a blank chart. So if you bring that up, just looking at that, does that look like good Elliott? Look like there's a clear Elliott wave structure there? I think we probably agree no. But if we start to pick it apart, can we start to put something together? That would be the question. All right, so just right off the bat, I always start. I want my absolute low wicked off. I want the significant lows. Okay. I suppose. Oh Jesus, that is ugly. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C. God, you're stuck with it. What's that? COVID? No, that's not COVID. That's FTX. Okay, so let's just start labeling, right? So a lot of times it's like you're penciling in, since you can move them around. I think you're stuck with that, even though it's a little unusual the way the 3 gets done. It does look like it's there. 1, 2, it looks like you got your little zigzag here, or WXY. Almost doesn't matter. It's your 3 that brings you down. So you need the inside. It looks like at first glance you're doing it this way. Now, to some degree, it doesn't matter at this point. Well, the idea is here. How is it trading? Right? Is it trading technically? Well, okay. Well, so let's see what the 2 through the 3 looks like. Right to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So A triangle. Looks like that's for a 4. Okay, good. All right, so I got all it's not great, but because the 1, 2 it takes so much less time than the 4, 5, but I don't see a better. This is kind of, we got more of the same here, right? Where, what are we doing with that? Well, at least we can finish here. Again, I don't know how much we want to put into that, but that looks, this looks like it's too far. We're too far for a golden. Yeah, we are, so it's a 707. And that looks too far. So it's a little sloppy on the algo front. Well, interesting here. Looks like ABC, actually. So it looks like you'd have to do it this way. Yes. Again, it's a little unusual, much like this one. The 4 is too big relative to the 2, but that's 3 with a 5 that follows it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 3. So you're kind of stuck with it. 1, 2, 3, there's the 4, 5. All right, so okay. Do I love it? No. When we started, it wasn't particularly good Elliott. Now we got this mess down here. Well, what did we do? We came down to rebalance something. Now we're rebalancing again. If this is completed, if right, if this is going to hold, is it? Jesus, that is. I feel like my Elliott wizards are cringing somewhere. Hang on. Maybe I might have to do it this way. If I open that up here, I think I can get this, get a ABC in there that's better. We can, right? So let's get that little cleaned up. Right. Sometimes, right, you got to dial it up there and look at it and go, what is wrong with this? Well, the 4 is too big relative to this, right? So can we finish that? God, that is ABC 1, 2, 3, 4 is a diag. Let's say I love that. Triangle, still going to be too big. WXY possibly. Maybe you do it here for the straight shot. That's a little bit of, okay, does it matter? All right, let's see if it cleans up some of the TA a little bit. Right in the middle, right where we are, right? So right in the pocket here, front run, maybe. It looks better as a 1-2, but then we just got fucked there, didn't we? All right, so 1-2. Oh, what happened? Crypto's a little ugly right now. Technically, I have to acknowledge that. That's probably the better solution. So what happens here? Yeah, let's put an Elliott oscillator and see if we can get any help from that. Oh, I got Dr. Alban up here doing it that way. This is too little. Let's double this. 10 to 70. All right, as I like to say, this is welcome to the sausage making, right? It's not always in your face obvious. When it is, right, it's appreciate it. God damn. I want this to be the 2. So you have to look at this and go, okay, how do I fix this? I mean, is it fixable, right? Or is what am I doing with this? I think we're stuck here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extension in the 5th. I got that, right? So W, X, Y. So A, B, C, A, triangle, C. It's fucked, right? It just doesn't fly. Doesn't fly. So what do we do with it? Well, what happens now, you have to start looking, saying, okay, it's not what I thought. So what, if not this, then what? What you look at it and you think, oh, God damn it. 1, 2. That would have been a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We don't get it. So what do we do with it? Good question. It would make you think more likely in ABC. So since we've already swept the lows, my thought would be I've got to consider this as corrective. Since I don't get new highs here, this has to all be part of. Well, here's the. Here, let's do it this way. Here's the swing high, swing low. Right. So we're in this range. Can I do it out of log? I think I can. All right, so we are in the discount. So we can look at this again. How do we, if the Elliott's unclear and we got to juggle this a little bit, what can we say objectively? Okay, are we in the discount? Yes, right? So on the buy side, are we in the discount of the discount? Yes, we are. So one thought is, right, we can always look at this and say accumulation, which is a perfectly valid way to consider this, right? This is a lot of accumulation with very big upside potential, right? It's just potential. This was right off the bat was a little bit of a, it doesn't quite have the right look, does it? Let me see. I got no wizard sending me an alternate, right? So this looks like you're going to have to go ABC, and this is going to have to be part of the corrective action. And this coming down here, it's all starting over again. So, Jesus, A. Oh, fuck. W, X, Y. But that would imply lower prices, so that doesn't work. So this is kind of a... I mean, there's a lot of crypto right now where you go, I'm not sure. I can label all this. I can finish this here. That doesn't help me. Some sort of 4s in there. That's not helping me. All that's giving me is the zigzag here. And since I've swept this, right, the implication is there's more to come. Which you wouldn't think, right, if we're going to have a big bull run in alts that Matic wouldn't be participating. They would. So what are we doing with this? I think this is just hurry up and wait. There's no clear, okay, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, but that same truncation possibility here. I think that's hurry up and wait. There's nothing to, when it's not clear, you just sit and let the market reveal itself. I don't see an alt. Now maybe one of my wizards can dig something out of there, but I don't see any. And I want to be a buyer down here, but I got nothing to work with down there. Nothing. I got squat down here. Let's go to maybe a 2. I've just got more of the same. The whole market is kind of, what are we doing here? We're going sideways. indecision. Okay, you're in the discount, right? Do you want to be buyer here? Well, I'd be more interested if we're taking out if we're tapping into a fair value gap. Look what happens on the swing high. No, I don't think you need to force anything there, right? It's, a lot of crypto right now is just resting or going sideways. So there is nothing here I can give you that other than to wait. Don't. So what's the problem with waiting? Oh, what if it does this? Okay, well, it's going to rebalance all of that and then not have any sort of retracement, right? If it did that, right? Okay, well, what would your thought be? Oh, some sort of wacky, we truncate down here 1, 2, and we're going 3. Really? Would that be your first thought? I mean, maybe you'd have this to work with, but even that's broken. So now you're back here, all the way. There's just no trade. No trade. Don't force one. All right, so that's Wonka telling me, oh, you're going to look at these and they're all in the same layout. So I don't know if that's going to help us. How are we doing on time? 12:23. Well, we got a little more time. Okay, let's look at ARB. Bitrum. Oh, Jesus Christ, you ain't kidding. That's not much better either, is it? How are you going to count that? You're not. I mean, you could try. When it's that slop chop, you don't. There's no need to do anything. Let it sit. Let's try sushi. Right? He was right about. Oh, to the dollar. Oh shit. That's not liquid. Let's try. Oh, we'll go to finance. Is this any better? Well, it's a little better. Okay, so at least we have something to work with, right? So I got a low. I can dig an impulse out of this. It's not a bad one, but I got a free fall. I got a waterfall, right? So best case, that's a, well, it looks like 1, 2, 3, we're working on the 4 or 5, right? So it looks like it's got more to go. A, B, would be what your just natural tendency would be. What am I on? There's a daily. Let's go to a 2. Well, here, this is, okay, again, this is just all across the board, right? It's just kind of an ugly time. Can you get that done? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, you can get it done. I wouldn't put money on that myself, right? It's just not, I've just seen too many times where, I mean, there's real value in waiting for your pitch, right? The one that you like, oh, okay, God, I see it. You know, you see it leave the pitcher's hand, right? You can see the rotation, right? To get all baseball-y on you. But there are certain times when you can just see it. Like, okay, I know what's coming, or what's likely to come, right? We never really know what's coming. Does that look like one you want to take on there? I don't want to get long, right? Well, we natural tendency is to want to be bullish. It looks to me like this is a long, sloppy. Now, of course, I could be wrong. This looks like a lot of 4 sideways, right? Just how we identify a 4. All right, we're not progressing the trend, right? We're in the premium. Do I want to buy it up in the premium? Do I want to pay full retail? It's a rhetorical question, right? Obviously not, right? Do you want to sell it? Well, if a gun to my head, if I had to pick long or short, I would just off of where we are in the range. I know that's a secondary pivot, but just look. Okay, the chop here. Do I want to buy it? No. I want to buy it down here. Any of this technical? That's too far, I'm sure. This maybe. So I got a 50 there. Hurry up and wait. I don't think there's anything between those 3. You are absolutely right, Wonks. There's a lot of hurry up and wait in crypto right now. Okay, let's keep moving here. We'll wrap up. Maybe we'll finish early. God, wouldn't that be nice? I got. Oh, did I already get this up? I think I did. Maybe I didn't. This is CZA. Wants VET. CZ. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. CZEH. So I call him CZA. All right, what do we got here, CZA? This looks pretty good. It's a nice work here on your part. Let's get that teed up here. Oh my God, here's something that actually looks decent. What do we got here? Analyst singles out VeChain and XRP for parabolic surge. It's just the kind of shit I see in my feed all the time. Wow, I saw one today. Maybe you guys saw it as well. Plan B, who's a pretty well-known long-term technician. 4 million for Bitcoin. I think it was by 2030. It's not that far away. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? Channeling's good. Right in the, oh, I like the way you did that. Right in the high profile or high probability range for the 4, right to the 38, right on the channel. How do you not love that? Okay, well, what's wrong with it? Let's put our EWO on there. Right? So a lot of times when you think you've got something, the first thing you want to do is start picking it apart. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Oh no, it's not. Oh, pardon me. Okay, right. So let's that also is too small. So before you just plow in at the market, let's pick it apart. Right? I mean, if you're going to put your money at risk, right? Do you just want to, be a cowboy about it? You know, like giddy up, let's go. Or do you want to think it through, right? And when you're trading on time frames like this, if it's not a 1-minute chart and you're day trading, right, you can take your time. So it's always a day trading, right? Is the lure. It's by far the most difficult way to make money by a mile and a half. Oh, let's see. Oh shit! I don't know that it matters. I'd probably do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's Wonka giving me. He's giving me something. Maybe he's giving me a chart. Link. Okay, so Wonka, I see your note here. Is the link not working? Okay, I'll check back on that. Wonks, that's my team trying to help me out here. Okay, so let me get through here with VeChain. This one probably the best looking chart I've seen all day. What's not to like there? Right, so do we have all the ingredients that we look for here? So I'm going to, what am I going to do there? I want to hide that just for a second, right? Just so I can see what I got here. Okay, well let's add a little to it. So I got a fair value gap right in the pocket here. I've just tapped one here. And that was the 38 from this low here, but from here, golden zone. Right, you see all I'm doing is just pulling from this pivot here, right? What's the dominant to dominant, right? Where do we stop? At 50, 60,000 times I've shown that. Okay, what do I got here? X. Boy, that's a bit of a shit show. Jesus. That's a gnarly finish, whatever that is. Oh, A, B, C, D. Can I get a triangle in there? A, B, C, D, E. I can, right? So we'd have to go A, triangle, B, C. So I can get that done. Okay, so I got a good here for the 4, right out of a golden zone, right out of a fair value gap, right? So this is a technical event on a trend line, right? So that's a technical event that you can lean into. Now, as we sit here right now, does that mean, oh, I can't trade it now? Well, no, this is the better trade right here. It's right there right now. Now, are we golden? Little wiki. Oh, Jesus, what just happened again? Something with my monitor. Okay, so hopefully that passes. That just was only for a second for me. Well, that's an 8 hour. Let's go to a 2. They all kind of did this. It's not a great launch. Well, it's implied, so let's go with the implied count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to put them somewhere. Perfect. It's wiki, but golden corner. You're on the edge there, right? But since those are wicks only, and you've got, look how many of them there are. They try right, four times they tried to break that. All wicks. What's the lowest wick? Looks like it's this one. Render was featured in the new Apple iPad key. Oh, no shit. Fast Lane Hawk. I got a big fat piece of that, so we'll go look at that in a second. That's good news. One of oh God, I got to cut. I think that was from a live stream, right? So if you guys, often you hear me say, "Oh shit, I'm going to take that." Right? There's a couple in here, and we'll go back to them that I got right out of a live stream. Right when I see them, shit, I get off the live stream, I trade it. It's not like I don't trade these. I jump when I see them, just like I would anticipate some of you do when they're ripe like this. Now, so okay, am I telling you to trade that? I'm saying if you were looking for a trade and you can afford that risk, which is pretty modest, well, that's just second target. That's 13 to 1. Now we could, because we got a little wick there, we could go. Oh shit, we could do 707, right? So something just maybe a hair underneath that. You're trying to get a third, right? This would be the 1618 here for that third. So that's almost 15 to 1. If that scares you, you're in the wrong business. That has to be like, oh shit, I can take that trade and that's all I'm going to risk. You don't have to lever up here. You don't have to go crazy. What's that? 3 cents to 4.5 cents, right? But it's percentage return, right? It's not the dollars. Percentage return there would be gorgeous. This is that does look like you're gonna. Oh, it looks like you got 5 there. I don't really want 5 there, so I have to go A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the finish, right? We can get a finish there. The 80% here is almost. It's almost wasted because you get there so fast, right? So we looked at this earlier, right? You want something that's a little bigger and has more distance rather than something like this, right? Because if it comes up, it gets there so fast, right? So this would be like you wouldn't even be taking out the high and you'd be already at your 80%. But it is still 80%, right? So do you want to take it for this? Probably not. Right? It's still 3 to 1. Maybe just to get to the high, right? Just because there's liquidity there, right? Because breakout traders will be there, right? That might. So the breakout traders, they're right there, right? So there's stops there, fair value gap, right? So that's a perfect setup for. Let's do it this way, on a smaller time frame. Oh, breakout. Bend them over. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't like it here, right, wait for this to shape up. Right, no, there's no reason not to take that right there. Again, I'm not saying that's a winner. I'm not saying to take it. I'm just saying, shit, if I were not in the middle of a live stream, I'd be already in that. Stop under the 707, right? Very low risk trade, right? You just let it run. If it gets stopped, okay, well, reevaluate. Oh, CZA, that's a good looking trade. Thanks for sharing that one. This is a little wacky, but. So you're trying to, so if you look at it this way, you're trying to get in to the one wave, right? So think where you're trying to get, right? But when you think about targets, You're trying to get into the 1 because the premise is not, oh, I'm getting into the 5th. I'm getting into the 1 of the 5th. So the potential is substantially higher, right? We're look like this would be like, holy shit, right? We all got up to the high. Well, that's not going to be the 3. That's the 1 of the 3, or excuse me, of the 5. Then I get the 3 of the 5. That's the one you want, right? If you want to wait and like, oh, crypto's weird right now, whatever, right? So let this shape up the 5, take the retrace, right? Now people go, oh, but what if it just goes? What if it does? Next market, next trade, next chart, right? That shit's going to happen. It's just not likely to happen. Could it happen? Of course, right? Fuck, anything happen. It's just less likely, right? That it's going to go in a straight line all the way up to 8 cents. It's not likely, but not impossible. Okay, good one. Okay, Mac Black stuff. Mac Black stuff. Okay, I don't have a chart, but would be an update on theta. Okay, theta. I think I had theta. I could have sworn I had it. I got total. That's the copy. Sushi. Hang on, I know I brought it up because I saw he was asking about it over here. Nope. Oh, here's one. I'll use this here before we get to theta. I know I have it up here. This is right out of a live stream a week or 2 ago. I think it was last week. I took this trade. I'm already in this trade. That's from Grant F, right? Tease that up, right? So you get this nice Gartley in here at the golden zone. Target it right here, right? I'm already in that. And I'd never even heard of Ocugen. Not a crypto, right? It trades on the NASDAQ. Good little trade. I just bought the underlying. I didn't even trade options. There's a good one. Doge, we got, oh shit, do I have theta over here? Well, there's Renda. We're going to come back to that one. God darn it. Sorry, guys. I could have sworn I had it. I know I did. Here it is. I knew I had it. Okay. Hang on. It's fucking hot in here. That Nest. I have that Nest thermostat. Always making it hotter. Okay, so here's theta. Okay. Okay, well here we have the same. Oh, let me get rid of that. I know that's annoying. 1, 2, 3. I mean, okay. Do we have to second guess that? Well, that to a daily. Oh, if it gets there, I know where the resistance is. That's not too hard to figure out. Let's get my 50 back on there. Nice. Okay, got a clear 5. Retrace to the 50, right where we want it, and the Vegas wave right in there, right? Look, Vegas wave, right? It's just so nice. Here's the Vegas wave flip into the 3rd. Okay, right? It's not. I mean, so what's the thought here? Right, that's the thought. Oh, we're shit. In the 4, we'll get to the 5. Okay, let's check it out. Can we get that trade off? Let's go to a 4 and see how that looks. Well, you got this. Maybe down to a 2 here. So you got the same problem here. Is that done? Well, here's a possible solution here. If we're assuming that the 4 is in here, and damn it. Oh, sorry, these allergies are just fucking horrific for me. All right. second target. Right? Pings it, doesn't make it, free fall. Wick through the 50. Okay, right. So we kind of want this to be bullish. 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, looks like we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diag. Shit. Looks like I got to do that. Looks like there's got to be an A or WX. Oh shit, I don't know that it matters here. I don't know that we need to spend a lot of time on that. This looks like that's we got another zigzag here. So this might be a combo. WX Y. No, that doesn't fly. I'm just going to have to do it as a triangle. We have to spend a lot of time on that, but looks like we've got this in the middle of it. If it barely squeaks through, you'd have to do that as an ABC. To get that done. Okay, this is a bit of a wishful. Okay, can we make that fly? It's mighty deep here. One. Again, it's just, crypto's a little. It's a bit shitty right now. What are we doing with that? Hang on. Stop. You want to trade off of that? So what would our thought be? Okay, well, this is a 1, this is a 2, and we're going into a 1, 2 before we go 3, 4, 5. Don't love it, but there it is. More breakout traders getting raped right there. So they've all had to cover now. Looks like ABC coming down. Technical. Right to a 50. Rebalancing that fair value gap. All right, got another one below. So it looks like that's off to a good start. So let's go to a 30. See if we can clean that up. 1, 2, 3. Looks like that's just getting started. We can label that up. Looks like I got a 1, 2, 3. Working on a 4 for a 5. So let's dig in there. Something along these lines. It could be AB, maybe a little bit lower here. Look at the Vegas wave right in the mix. And down to a 15 where I rarely go that far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B. Not bad. I think because given how crypto is in general, I'd let this finish. Just that's what I would do. I would just prove it to me. Okay, come down here. Let's get a little bit lower here so I can get an ABC rather than whatever the fuck is going on here. Come up here and give me that 5. Now, I've got plenty of resistance up here. I've got imbalances as well as liquidity up here. So you can see here, do you think that's, this is algo bait right here, just waiting to be tapped. All right, so that's liquidity sitting there, right? So you can see, oh, how might that get up here, right? So this breakout trade, well, we know there's liquidity. Breakout traders will be dumb enough to buy it there. So we'll have this is a target here. I wouldn't target beyond that. Yeah, come here. Looks like we got that second target pretty well. Not quite. Well, so your thought would be, okay, we go up here, we finish, right? One of these, right? Maybe this gets swept, right? And I keep going. Something in the background will have, some macro event will have had to change. So we get up here, we sweep these. Now, we don't know that that's going to happen. That's just what usually happens. Why do we want to trade something other than what's typical? What does it usually do? It does a 5 followed by a 3. Are we going to assume it's going to do something different this time? Probably not, right? Probably not, right? So again, if you're going to put money at risk, you're going to risk it on Abby normal? What does it normally do? So the trade is, okay, watch it, there's the trade. Right, because now I got, okay, this is finished. I got a 5, I got a 3. I'm at the golden. I may not get golden, right? You may get a 38 to the 50. You don't know which one you're going to get. You got plenty of consolidation here, Vegas wave here. You got all sorts of ingredients here. You might have to buy your first percentage here at the 50 and add at the golden and stop underneath. Big target. It's not complicated. Not really all that complicated. Like you couldn't figure it out. What's the implied count here? 3 after this 5. 5 followed by 3. 5 followed by 3, right? That's what we would anticipate. So you're on hurry up and wait. Let it shape. Put it on a watch list. Let it shape up. Okay, check back, right? Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it takes a month. But you're not going to miss it, right? Once you get it in a watch list. Okay, what got, that's theta. Okay, Orly Pirate, yes, we will. Oh, it looks like Dr. Alban gave us we're good on time. We got still half an hour, so we got plenty of time. Okay, Render was the one we were looking at, and this is Fastlane Hawk giving us an update here that Render was mentioned in the iPad keynote speaker. I would like to hear the context for that. Oh, here I got a lot of market structure on here. This Albatherium is the one I like. It's not a free one. There are many. Oh shit! This is they're not crazy expensive. $59 a month, something along those lines, right? I did the lifetime because I worked out a deal with them. This is, you can get that same 50% off lifetime if you're in our brown belt. By the way, there's my little promo for the brown belt. Okay, so this is, so I got all sorts of, that's going to be, that's too much here. One of the things I like about this is that I can, let me get it hot here. I can pull it all the way over here. And I can just do the market structure on this one section. Right, so now I want to change that to bearish, right? Because I'm trying to analyze the correction. So I'm going to go bearish. And then look here, right? So here we come down. So I got a supply zone here. Here's the break of structure. So this was the last break of structure. So this here now with a wick, right? So most, it's open to interpretation. Most will choose to allow a change of character with a wick break, but a break of structure has to be closed below. That's how I was taught it. That's how Ethereum does it as well. Many do it or give you the choice, right, to set it up that way. Okay, so here's the retrace that leads to the low that gave me the break of structure. Now I do have a 5 in here. So the first thought from the, here, let's take this off and then we'll add it. From the Elliott perspective, okay, what's a possibility, right? It's just a possibility. Well, that's a pretty abrupt, kind of a skinny 1 if that's my 2. Yay. Right, that time relationship isn't particularly good. Is there an alternate there? Let's go to a 1 hour. All right, that's your first question. Oh, wait. Well, I can get 5 in here. 1, 2, 3. Is it great? No. I don't even have to do it here. Well, you got a good finish there. So you can finish this. So let's just before we rather lose an hour here. Oh, there's probably a little more work to be done there to get all that labeled correctly, but that I think we can work off the implication there. That's the peak, right? So the momentum peak, that's what the Elliott oscillator will show me. Okay, well, this was the widest range between the 34 and the 34 and the 5. Excuse me. Okay, well, here's a nice example of internal liquidity being tapped, right? The external stays there, right? So we know there's plenty of liquidity still there. The internal liquidity gets tapped, and then we go to the external, right? This would have been the external, right? Relative to this, right? So we come down here, sweep internal. Well, you can make a case that's external. Well, now so if we're sweeping these two liquidity points, what's next? Internal. Where are we going to look for internal at these fair value gaps? We got a 5. It's not great, but I suppose you got one. On the assumption that we're done there, and that this is not, we're not going to kick again, and it's not here. This being the internal 3-4. It's too soon to tell, really. I'd leave it here until we see what happens here. You're kind of in between. You want to get that to at least sweep this low, right? And then oh, okay, now we're in the correction. So that's also a little bit of a hurry up and wait. That's a nice looking push off of the low. Maybe that's the news, the Apple news that Fastlane Hawk was sharing with us. We'll see here. Looks like there might be one more down there. Well, we don't have to care too much about what's happening there. Whether it kicks again, we're not trying to buy it up here. Well, let me rephrase. If you're applying our methodology, it would not be to buy up here. Just premium discount. Where do we want to buy on the 50? What do we want to do up here? If anything, you'd want to be all right. So gun to my head. So I wouldn't. I'm a retracement trader. So if I was trying to trade a retracement, I would take this with a stop at the high for that, or potentially that. But I wouldn't take either. Right? Trend is up, so I would just be down here waiting until it gets there. And then once we get down here, or again, whatever. If it's a C, right, I want that a little sweep up here. I've got imbalances. I got a 50. I know I got an algo here. I want to see some little something like that, right? So maybe I can take something here to get in. Pivot under the low. If it does that, oh, wait a second. Well, we'll just look at it. If it did that, would your next thought be, oh, it's off we go? No. Your next thought would be, oh, shit, I got a 5. What would I be anticipating next is, well, we all know, right? It would be a 3. 3s and 5s. It's the genius of Elliott, right? 5s are followed by 3s. Well, wait a minute, that's a 5. So what's it followed by? A 3, which is followed by a 5. Right? Genius of Elliott Wave. How do you know when you're right here? You don't. Welcome to trading. You don't know. You won't know. You're never going to know. You got to be okay with that, right? You have to put money at risk without knowing. You don't know. Nobody knows. So you take a calculated risk, right? So what are the variables there that are important to you when you're taking a calculated risk on an unknown? How much can I lose if I'm wrong, right? It's always the first question. Not, oh God, look how much I could make if I'm right. No, that's always the second thought. How much can I lose? We started earlier in the day, right? You are going to be, I don't care. Just accept this. You are going to be wrong more than you're right, period. You have to be at peace with that. So if you're right here and you're taking a calculated risk, well, what matters? Well, not how much can I make, it's how much can I lose? Because odds are I'm going to be wrong, right? If we just do the math over 100 trades, you're not going to be right more than you're wrong, period. I don't care who you are. Okay, out of 100 trades, well, if I make 3 times as much when I'm right, or even 2 times as much as when I'm wrong, right? Well, then you got to have, ideally you're over 30% win rate. 35. Shit, I've seen people make money with 20% win rate, right? But they make so much more, right? And what makes that hard, right? Why is that so hard to do? To have a low win rate, 20% win rate, but still make money, because you have to be able to allow the market to roll, right? And not go, I had to take that profit, right? Because I had out of 100 trades, I had 80 losers, and I was up on this one, so I needed to recover some of that. No, that's not that math doesn't work, because then you're taking it early. You're not getting your 3 to 1. Oh shit, I got 1 to 1. I had to take it because I had a loser I had to cover for. That you'll never be profitable doing that. You have to. I know it's frustrating, right? Oh shit, it came. Oh, I was up so much on that, and it didn't quite get to my 3 to 1 target. Well, okay, there's something to be said for trailing a stop, right? So you don't let a big winner turn into a loser, right? We don't want to let a big winner turn into a loser, but there are times where it'll just come back to a break even. You're like, well, okay, next time, right? Because you need the big winners. Right? It's the hardest thing in trading. Just keep your hands off the mouse when you have a winner. The hardest thing. Right? What's the easiest thing to do in trading? Move your stop. Oh, but nobody's looking over your shoulder. Nobody's going to prevent you from doing it. You're on your own there. That's the easiest thing to do in the markets. Move your stop. Hardest thing to do, let a winner run. You'd think, like, oh, God, how can it be? No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Well, if you haven't experienced it, you haven't been trading long enough. You will do it. You will get out too early, and you will move a stop. Guaranteed. And if you've already, well, now hopefully you're going to do it, right? So hopefully you don't do something stupid like move it so you're going to get hurt, right? Just don't. Take the small loser, right? Your ego will survive. It won't survive if you move a stop like that. You're just suicide. Right? You're just doing it to yourself. When they're running, right now you can trail. Right? Shit, if you're getting something like this, right? Okay, well you can trail with your stops underneath some pivots, right? So I don't want to give it all back. What if it turns into an ABC and we're going down into a 5? What? Oh fuck! Oh, now I'm in a loser. Okay, well, there's some practical application here, right? Okay, if I caught the 3 and the 4 starts to come down and I'm not sure, is it ABC or not? It's okay, trailing with a stop. But now your win rate has to go up, right? Do you follow the math there? If you're only doing 20% win rate, you need those 3, 4 to 1s. Otherwise, the math doesn't work for you. It's just a matter of time before you blow out. So one or two things has to happen. Either you got to keep your hand off the mouse and let them run, or you got to improve your win rate. Or the math will not, you can't fight the math, right? It will bite you in the ass. Kind of how math works. You can't bullshit your way through it. Okay, let's see. I got everybody render. Looks good here. I'm gonna wait and see here. Okay, hang on. Okay, all right. So that's a new one. Orly Pirate. Okay. Dr. Alban is giving us Orly Pirate wants an update on Bitcoin and ETH, and I've got Dr. Alban with a Bitcoin chart here. Let's see what he's thinking. There is no easy solution in Bitcoin and ETH right now. They all have the same challenge. Okay, Dr. Alban, what are you thinking? you are thinking the low is in. Okay, all right. Well, there's a lot of people who agree with you. Whoa, it doesn't really matter how we got there. Well, I should back off of that. Hang on, it does matter. So I got to get that off of there. Okay, so I just have it. All right, put those in green. All right, so give me a second here if we're going to work with this. Okay, all right, so oh shit, how are we doing it? Looks like there's a triangle. You have to do it as a triangle BC. So W, A, B, C, X. A, B, this is, you got to do a diag here. I'm going to move this stuff, Dr. Alban. Here, let's see where you were pulling from. Okay, so you're pulling just for the retrace there. Okay. Let me pull that. And here, this is just my own issues here. I just don't like those because then I can't move these without moving everything with it. Let's put that in, Here, right, a brighter blue so we can see it. Okay, WXY. So the premise being, okay, we had a big 5. Okay, we're correcting in a 3, right? It's a complex 3. So we're going to do 3, 3, 3. Fuck me, come here. Let's go to 1. All right, so this is throwing all the Elliotticians into a tizzy, right? Because it's unclear. What the fuck happened down here? What? Well, you can finish it. It's it's a little bit of a force fit, right? So, oh shit. Oh, let's just do the bigger one. All right, this is easier, right? So it looks like A, B, oh fuck. No, you're gonna need it, right? So it looks like you have to do it that way. Okay, so let's put you in white. Okay, right. So all of this candidate, right? So is this? Are we doing this? We're going to truncate down here again, right? This we looked at all of them. All of them are leaving you wanting down here, going, oh man, that's oh shit. I was going to make a sexual innuendo, but I won't. Right? Oh, somebody finished, but I didn't. Oh, right. It's not a good finish. It looks like you have to go 1, so you're trying to tie this all together. The 3 to the 1 doesn't quite work. Is this the 1 of the 3? It's a little iffy, right? So, but okay. So we have an unsatisfying low down here. Well, one possibility is that we're going to do this as a flat, right? So I think many of you, certainly all the members have seen Sensei PK's thought that, okay, potentially we have a 3-3-5 here, 3-3-5, and okay, there's more to come. That we'd have some sort of a flat, and this now it would have been more ideal to come up here and sweep these highs, but excuse me. Okay, but let's go with the market wants this, right? So, okay, sometimes the market gets what it wants. Okay, everybody is bullish off of that. Oh, lows are in. Okay, well, that's the first thing that makes me uncomfortable. If everybody thinks the lows are in, the lows are probably not in, but I digress. Let's assume they are. Okay, so I got a 1. Is it challenging? Is anybody confused as to what to do next? No, I'm going to assume not. This is as rudimentary as it gets. Okay, on the premise that we have a low. This is a perfect golden too. Here I've got it over here. Right, so you see the A, B as the C as the candidate here. This is my chart here. So Dr. Alban, not to make light of yours in any way. It looked like your work was good here. I got to get over here so I can show this. Okay, so candidate W, X. All right, is that the low? Well, look at the golden corner here. Right to the 618. Look, we literally to the tick. It's literally to the tick. Golden corner pocket. Gets the algo target, ticks the median line. Look at the reaction. How do we know that's an algo? Well, it's the reaction here, right? It's not this. That's as common as day is night. But this is uncommon, right? So there's your 80%. Jesus, it's fucking believable, right? There's your 80% realized right there off of the golden quarter, right? So is it the algo? Is it the median line? Is it the algo target, or is it all three? Here's what it's not: retail buyers. All right, so muscle steps in when we right to the 50. So we got to reconsider where we're going. All right, so here already broken. Here's the dominant. All right, we don't have a break yet. So it's already a little bit, oh, is this all right? If that's it, right? So at least I have what this is telling me is that I can have some confidence in that low because it's so fucking technical. Look right over here, right? Same thing, right? If I've drawn this before. If I drew the volume profile here, we got a little high volume node right here. And I think it's a 50 from below. Maybe not. Maybe it's a 38. I think it's a 38. Oh, if we think it's a wave 4. Right, here's our little friend here. Tighten that up. All right, nice little high volume nugget. Okay, again, as I was just drawing it up, there's not much question as to what to do next. I mean, you can teach this to a 5th grader. Wait a minute, but oh, you got a golden corner here. Wouldn't I have another one? Yeah, you would. Don't quite have one here because this has already been hit, right? And if we're going from this pivot, we've already broken, right? So now you have to pull back from this pivot. But that, given the context, if the low is in 1, A, B, C, 2, right? Come right back down here. You could see, well, they've already done it once, but you come back here to just double bend over the breakout traders. Oh, maybe it'll come back. I can get out, right? Which is what they're hoping. So as we come back up, now look where we're wrestling, right? That's the median line from the absolute, from the low, from the 1-2 low, 1-2 low. That's the 15K low. Look at that median line coming back into play. As we wrestle with it, wrestle. Coming back down here, well, why would you not take this trade? Serious question. We're right on the edge of the value area. All right, you got liquidity points here. Why would you not take it? Oh, I didn't think the low was in. I wanted to wait. Okay, well, what are you waiting for? The first little pivot? Okay, that's reasonable. Let's go down to a 30-minute. It's kind of a sloppy top. Do we have it there? Is this the top? Looks like A, B, C. Oh, Dr. Alban. There's also another request. Okay, let me. Oh, if you got sushi, I want to see it because that was a clusterfuck. I saw it. It's a little wacky up here at the top because that looks like it's a 3. It looks like a zigzag. Oh, actually, pardon me, it doesn't. It looks like it's 5. That's a 3. So it looks like we go A, B, C. So that actually makes me think W, X, A, B, C. Want that? So something like that. This is not. Again, that's a unsatisfying finish. That is not a 5. That's a 3 all day. That's a 5. That's a 5. So I think you got to do it this way. A, B, C. I think you're stuck with that. Even that's pretty brutal. But that's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That's just a 3, 4. That's not a great looking finish either. Actually, it looks like you finish it here, A, B, and you could be going up here for this. Crypto's a little funky right now. What? So there's a 30-minute. What are you doing there? What's the count there? You don't have one. Nobody has one. It's okay. I got a big fair value gap here. Oh shit. Are they in there? And they're not. What do I got here? Oh, there's the inducement. Let's put a fair value gap in there. Where would you look, right? If you're anxious to get into Bitcoin, well, here's a couple of spots here where the algo, right? The algo is going to be looking to rebalance. Look at it. I got it at the 50 and I got the golden zone, and I've got below. Fair enough. I don't know where, I want to see what this. I want to see this come up one more time. Come up one more time, fail, or sweep some highs, rebalance here. As this is not been, that's got one toe in it. There'd be some additional rebalancing to be done here. Look, this got fully swept, right? Mitigated. This is unmitigated here. So we come up. Now we come down. Oh, I got this. A, B, C, and that, this is, you'd say it's a wag at the moment. You don't know what you're going to get there. I wouldn't buy that. Why would you buy it? Oh, well, at 1, 2, I thought it was going to be shallow. Now, I'm not. When I say that, I always have to qualify. I'm not saying it can't just go up and go to the moon. I'm just saying that would be abnormal. It's not that the market has to be normal all the time. It's just that's not what it typically does. It's going to. Well, so who gets sucked in here? Retail. Oh, lows in. Right. Oh, fuck, that's it. Lows in. Here we go, because I got a 1, 2, and this is going. They get sucked in, and that's what creates the B. Always, right? It wouldn't matter here in this wacky. It's the B is always the early buyers who, that's what creates the B, right? It's the failure to get to a new. Sometimes, yes, you do get an expanded B, but more often than not, what's more typical is the B is the failure swing that doesn't get there. So the people that went early here, they have to cover. So as it's coming down, what's happening? Their stops are getting hit. Then you get the breakout traders here. Oh, it's going through the floor. It comes here, and they think, oh, I've got it. I'm going short. I got it, right? And then we go. Right, so they get fucked on either side. Don't be a breakout trader. Just simple as that. Just don't do it. Right? I'm saving you years of pain and misery. Don't do it. Or learn the hard way. Okay, so there's what did we not look at? So I got Bitcoin. I think hurry up and wait. What are we doing on time? 1:15. Dr. Alban's got I want to see what he's thinking on sushi. I'm going to go back over here, Dr. Alban. This is the one we had. What do you got for sushi? You're on the daily. Oh, I like it. Okay, so I got to copy that. Okay. Sushi on Binance, the daily. So here's that low. Okay, A, right? B. Oh, well, there's a good example of an expanded B. So when you see something like that, I want to see, okay, how technical is it, right? How's the swing relationship between the A, the B, and the proposed C? It's not terrible. You'd like to see it right on the tick, but it's not terrible. You can see the hang on, let's get the volume here. It's not important, but just for screen real estate. We got fair value gaps in there. I like this inverse because I get both of them. I leave the inverse off, right, and only go there when I need it. Big imbalance here, right? So you look, let's see. Why am I? Oh, now I got it. Why is it different? Shit. Is it because I went to log? That's what I was looking for. Oh, it just got better. Okay. A, B, C, perfectly technical. I don't know why. What the fuck? Why was it not? I don't know why I didn't have that when I first drew it up. Okay, well, there it is. All the better. Oh, retrace. Well, what did we do here? fair value gap and a 50. Which is not like, oh, okay, so it doesn't mean like, oh, well, okay, well, clearly it's going here. No, that's not what that means, right? For every one that you see reach target, there's one that fails, right? It has to be. There will for every one that succeeds, there's one that fails. Right? You got to remember that, because what you see often, I'm showing you the ones that succeed, but there's one that fails. Well, here we can look at it this way. Fails. And you can pull from a lot of different places. Here, fails. Right? There's always one that fails for one to succeed. Right? That's why they trade both sides of it, because the people who are financing this, they don't care which one makes it. They do not care. I know that seems like, oh, come on. Nope, they don't. They don't care, right? Because they'll eventually get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 of them in a row. Okay, so we understand why it stops here. We got a target, right? But the context here would suggest, I could be done. So now we pull again, right? Lo and behold. So what I mean, they don't care which one makes it. They don't. If it rolls over, well, here, see, this is, so you have to understand, right? If it rolls over here, this one breaks, they don't care. They're still on this one, right? Now they'll do this one. That's what I mean by, and again, David Halsey is the one who pioneered this, right? Not me. I just took it and ran with it. Boom. They'll take that one, right? And then they'll take the next one. And they'll get, sometimes you get 4, 5, 6. I've seen 8, 9, 10 in a row. Right? That's why they don't care, because they'll get a run, right? Eventually, a run will start. They'll get all of it. So for us, as we're sitting here, what's the trade? Well, how confident are you in that as a 1? That's what it seems to come down to me. Well, what's your level of confidence that the low is in here at the 2? Because we've got a pretty deep retracement here. All right, now we got to put that in perspective, right? So it's getting a little dicey there. No closes below, right? That's what kills it. That's pretty close, though. You'd have to give advantage, right, to bears. There's a lot of sideways. Although the drift, right, we're taking the lows. Let's go to a 2. You got a lot of confidence in that 1, 2? Well, I had more confidence here before this, because it looked like it looked like you might have had this, right? Like, maybe I've got a little 1. I'm on a 2 hour. 1, 2, 3, maybe, right? That would have been the thought. So you'd be stopped out here, right? But it'd been very, very, very small loser, right? I mean, we can all, God damn it. This one, it's pennies, right? You can handle that. That's not going to ruin your day. We're not closed yet, but do you want to take that, right? We swept the potential 1, 2, 3. This was the thought, right? Jesus, I never get that on the first one. 3, 4, 5, A, B, oh. Nope, no luck on that one. So A, B, C. So where does this fit in, right? Is that a 5? No, it doesn't quite fit there. A, B, C, something up here, right? Look, oh God, look at all this. All this, just, I'll go bait, right? Come get me, come get me, come get me. Come get me. I don't think you're doing anything there yet. Well, how would you even? It's a stretch to call that a diag, but I suppose you could probably squeeze something in there. God, I never get that. 1, 2, 3. I don't think you can, actually. You can't, right? That wouldn't work. 4 is too big. So I don't think you want to try and squeeze that in, right? So that, oh shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B. Well, let's see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like you got an A, a B, and you're trying to finish down here, and that's why the thought would have been reasonable to think you had it here. That would have been reasonable, totally, very, very reasonable, right? Well, there's a good example, right? Oh, well, are we staying with that? Well, if you're 707, you're still in it, but you're a little nervous. You got the 5 there. That's a shame, right? So it doesn't play ball. Hurry up and wait. You got to wait for that, right? So something, you got to break this, right? That's got to break, and then you got to come back. That's the one you wait for. But let this confirm. I would want it to take this. I'd want it to take this pivot right here to show me. All right, give me what inducement, right? Show me that you can break the pivot here that led to this move down, that led to this break. Break it, break it, break a market structure. It's micro, but that would have me interested again. Until then, hurry up and wait. Okay, there's 123. I think the only thing we didn't look at here is ETH, which Orly Pirate was asking for that. Okay, let's finish up here because I feel like I've been going too long. Okay, so we've got this Sensei PK helped me a little bit here. Like, okay, how do I get out of the hole here? So at least here with Ethereum, the finish is much better. At least I get a decent finish. Like, unlike Bitcoin, unlike all the alts, Ethereum is the one that gives me a good finish here. Whatever, that's a 30-minute. Let's back up. WXY, and I get there through a clean 5, a clean 3, a clean 5. So in my view, Ethereum looks the best of any asset, of any crypto asset, period, right? It's just bouncing right there. Now, I'm not saying, get balls deep and get long, but it just technically, the WXY plays, right? It's solid. Like I have some confidence in that. Now it's a little shaky on the 1 coming off the low. Right, that's why we were looking. I'm back and forth sharing charts with PK and Wonka, and we're going, shit, I got a good 5 here, but how do I get started here? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's barely there, but it's there. I can get a 1, 2 in it. 3, 4. Oh, it looks like you have to do a triangle. A, B, C. Oh fuck. A. Looks like you have to do a triangle 4 if I go to a 30-minute. Looks like you would have to do it A, B, C, D, E for the 4 up to the 5. A, B. Okay, now given the background where everything else looks shitty, are we going to come out of here? Is Ethereum going to lead us out of the hole? Okay, well, you got a low risk entry there. Well, that's a 30-minute. That's not exactly the launch you'd hoped for. 1, 2, looks like you got an ABC there. I mean, it's not rocket science. Looks like I've got that there. If I consider, if I'm trying to get out of the hole here. Oh, no. It's a 3. I mean, could you dig a diag out of there? Maybe, right? You want to put money at risk for that? I don't. It's got to break something up here, right? Just lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Here, this is a great example here, actually, of stuff. This is brown belt adjacent, right? But look at these. Is that the low? Oh, is that the low? Oh, wait, oh, there it is. No, is that the low? Oh. Now that's the first time I come down, I don't get a lower low. All of a sudden, right, maybe I've got something here, but from an Elliott perspective, the only thing I can say with any conviction is that I've got a candidate for a low here. That's all I can say. I got a candidate because I don't get a lower low here. All of this is just one leg down. It's just one moving down until I get this little baby break, and then I failure swing. Oh, 3. All right, so could you could you diag out of here? You could, I suppose, right? So we'd have to do it this way. Because we'd have a leading diag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, it needs to. It's not pretty, but you might be able to get out of there with that. Maybe, right? So I wouldn't touch this personally, right? It's just me. I wouldn't touch that. I'd wait, right? Show it to me. Oh, Oh, okay, there's a 5. It's ugly, but there's a 5. So I can anticipate, oh, whoa, if that's going to be a leading diag coming out of the hole here, in between the 50 and the golden zone, and I've got this divergence here, and this is starting to go. I've got a leading diag. Okay, well, I'm not chasing this. I'm waiting for this. I'm a retracement trader. Come on back. Oh, 5, 3. Yes, that I trade. Right, well, so not without geometry. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're looking for that higher, right, up here. But the golden, right, depending on what you get here. Do I get a golden? Well, we don't know. Right, that's in between, right? I'll take that. It's corner pocket. It's a corner pocket. Right, there's your target for your third. Ethereum going to 31.30. What we got there? 31.41. That's just waiting to happen. We don't know that it will happen, but it's ripe. That's a banana about to turn. We need to do this, right? And then you can take that. Yep. So if you take it here, right, you know you have an algo behind you. Well, you have multiple algos, right? Because we know an algo will fire right with 80. You think the algos don't know about that 80%? There goes my monitor again. Yeah, they know about it. If you and I know about it, they know about it. Okay. All right, let's wrap it up there. Thanks to all the guys that posted. We had kind of a slow start here, but you guys came through as you usually do. It just takes a little nudge for me, although I think a lot of people are just, it's kind of quiet, right? The markets are, the volatility's down. It's a little, what's the, S&P is at a, Jesus, essentially unchanged. The NQ, most of them are, NQ and ES are unchanged. YM's up $1.50. Even Apple's is quiet, right? So the markets are just quiet for whatever reason. Spring, whatever. Okay, guys, we'll revisit this next week. Again, thanks to all that posted here. To those of you that hang out with us, I always appreciate that. I hope you learned something, right? That's the idea. And remember, you can always come over and join us in the Discord. Just come in. It's free. Come pop around, spin around, ask people, what's it like in here? These guys have their heads up their ass, or can they help me? Can I learn something here? It's not can I make money necessarily. It's can I learn something here that will lead me to making money and better trade results? Well, if you apply yourself, I can guarantee it. But you got to apply yourself. A lot of people come in, they just look, they never post, right? You got to put yourself out there. Everyone who posts here, they put themselves out here. We're not going to, chart shame you, but we'll give you some things to think about. Okay, guys, have a good one. I'm back.